The lost protector of Earth awakens and the galaxy. Watches in fear for centuries, Earth had been a quiet backwater in the sprawling galaxy, largely ignored by the greater interstellar powers. The human race, small and seemingly insignificant compared to the massive empires that stretched across light years, had lived their lives under the shadow of caution. Humanity's fierce reputation in legend and rumor, stories whispered in dark corridors of distant starports, had faded to myth. But myths, as the galaxy would soon remember, often held terrifying truths. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, hidden within a forgotten vault carved from bedrock older than most recorded civilizations, lay a machine. It was unlike any the galaxy had ever known. A construct of impossible technology, the last creation of an extinct human faction that had once wielded the secrets of faster-than-light energy manipulation. Centuries of neglect had buried the vault beneath kilometers of rock and soil, leaving the machine dormant. The humans called it Aegis, the Protector. It was the year 4723 in the galactic calendar when the first signal arrived. A distress beacon pulsed through the void, coded in an archaic human cipher that only Earth's oldest AI systems could decipher. It spoke of an approaching fleet, an alien armada that had begun consuming star systems at a pace the galaxy hadn't seen in millennia. They were called the Zarathi, a race of predators who viewed planets as resources to be harvested, civilizations as cattle to be broken, and nothing but resistance as worthy of extermination. No one in the interstellar councils believed Earth could stop them. Primitive, undeveloped, insignificant, these were the words murmured in diplomatic chambers. And perhaps in comparison to galactic powers, humans were small. But the humans had a secret, a legacy that waited silently, patiently, for the moment when the galaxy would remember that underestimating Earth was a fatal mistake. As the Zarathi fleet crossed the outer rim, Earth's orbital defense systems flickered to life. Ships long decommissioned hummed with energy, and centuries-old automated factories began producing weapons that no alien eye had seen before. Scientists and engineers, descendants of the last great human technomages, worked feverishly to awaken the dormant Aegis. Its energy core had been sealed with quantum locks, designed to withstand any form of tampering. But the human mind the galaxy was about to learn was not bound by convention. In a cavern beneath the Pacific, engineers stood before the colossal figure of the Aegis. It was humanoid, yet far larger than any human, its frame embedded with alloys that could bend space around them. Its eyes, dormant for centuries, glowed faintly as the final sequence of activation began. With a hum that reverberated through the bedrock, Aegis's chest panel opened, revealing a lattice of energy conduits glowing with a color no one could name. The machine's awakening was not just a technical marvel, it was a declaration. Above Earth, the Zarathi fleet appeared. Millions of vessels, dark as voidstone, cut through the solar system's outskirts. The Council of Galactic Species watched from afar, some with skepticism, others with concern. "This planet cannot survive," said the Xylarian ambassador. "Their defenses are primitive. They cannot withstand even a fraction of our fleet." Then Earth's surface erupted with activity. Fleets of human ships, long hidden within asteroid belts and cloaked stations, streamed into orbit. They moved with precision, coordination, and an audacity that stunned alien observers. But the true terror was yet to arrive. From beneath the Earth, Aegis emerged. It stepped into the sunlight of the orbiting planet, its metallic frame glinting against the void. It was not merely a weapon, it was a sentinel, a force designed to protect humanity at any cost. Its first movement shattered the kinetic barriers projected by the Zarathi scouts. With a single sweep of its arm, entire frigates disintegrated into streams of ionized particles. The galaxy watched in disbelief. A species long considered weak and inconsequential had summoned a power that could annihilate entire fleets with ease. The Zarathi attempted to regroup, deploying their heavy bombardment ships. But Aegis moved with the precision of a predator who knew the battlefield intimately. Every attack was calculated, every counterstrike devastating. It was as if the centuries of human survival instinct had been encoded into its very being. Back on Earth, humans observed with a mixture of awe and reverence. Aegis was no mere machine, it was a symbol of their resilience, their capacity to endure when all odds were against them. Children born in cities now orbiting Earth would tell stories of the day the lost protector awakened. and how the galaxy had finally learned to fear humanity. The Zarathi flagship attempted a desperate maneuver, teleporting deep into the system to strike at Earth's core. But Aegis was faster. With a pulse that tore through subspace, it intercepted the ship, neutralizing its engines and disabling its defenses. The Zarathi commander sent one final transmission, a plea for mercy, a promise of surrender. But the humans had no interest in negotiation. The galaxy had mocked their species for too long. As the dust settled, the remnants of the Zarathi fleet fled. Their destruction left a trail of debris stretching across light years, a warning to any who might underestimate Earth in the future. The Council of Galactic Species convened in emergency, shocked that a single planet had changed the balance of power with one awakening. They called Earth's humans primitive no longer. They were a force, a predator hidden in plain sight, a civilization that had been underestimated at its own peril. Aegis, having fulfilled its purpose, returned to its subterranean vault, its systems entering a dormant state once more. But the galaxy would remember. Ships would whisper of the lost protector, and aliens would think twice before encroaching on human space again. Earth had awakened, and with it, humanity had reclaimed its place among the stars, not as prey, but as the hunter. On the surface, humans continued their lives, unaware that countless civilizations now watched them with fear and respect. They had survived because they were underestimated, and they had triumphed because they refused to be bound by the limits the galaxy placed upon them. The lost protector had awakened, and in doing so, had reminded everyone that humans were never to be ignored. And somewhere in the void, far beyond the reaches of known space, the whispers began. The humans. They are different. And we must be careful.